Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the DeKalb Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for this Monday, July 21st, 2005. Ms. Libby, could you start with a roll call, please?
Here?
Here.
Here.
Wright.
Here.
McMahon. Chair Maxwell.
Here.
Quorum present.
Thank you very much. We'll move to the approval of the agenda. If there are any additions or deletions, if not, I will ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Becker. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by O'Flaherty. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We'll go to the approval of the minutes from July 7th, 2025. If there are any additions or deletions, if not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Wright. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Becker. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. This is the public participation portion. If there's anyone here that has anything that they would like to speak to that is not on the agenda, you could step forward now. If not, we will move to new business. We have two tonight. Public hearing, a petition by Rick and Teresa Sharp, thank you, for approval of the variance to the Unified Development Ordinance to allow a 6-foot-high privacy fence to be constructed in a portion of the front yard along Charter Street for the property located at 1158 South 5th Street. Do we have a presentation or a staff report?
Good evening. We're Rick and Teresa Sharp. We've lived here forever. Hi, Trixie. When we purchased our home 33 years ago to raise our two boys, the backyard was, and still is, enclosed by a rather ugly cyclone fence. We live on the corner of South 5th and Charter Street, just kitty corner from the new District 428 school on Charter. Our lot's only 50 feet wide, but it's 169 feet long. We'd like to replace our existing cyclone fence with a 6-foot wooden fence. The existing fence is currently 18 feet from the south side of our house, the Charter Street side, and we understand that code is only 10. We're asking for a variance to install our 6-foot wooden fence at 14 feet off the corner of our house. These are my reasons. At the current code of 10 feet from the corner of the house for our fence, we would have to cut down all of the trees in our backyard. A large old wood birch tree that we're trying to save, 2 well-established Japanese maples, and 3 apple trees, also well-established. They would all have to go. And it would eliminate all of the shade in our backyard, and all of my shade perennials would be lost. Also, we have a small dog. We need an enclosed backyard for her. Plus, I want to get another little small dog. Don't tell him.
Are you just now finding out?
Yeah, don't tell him, okay?
Way to put it in a public forum for.
Okay, well, there it is. And, once again, we're replacing an ugly old cyclone fence it's really at the end of its life. I mean, we've got to do something. It's ugly. We want to enclose, on the other side of our house, we'll be enclosing our camper in our driveway. And also, we're having a new woodworking shop for him built, and it will be placed in the backyard. So the 6-foot security fence would really help, for security purposes. Okay, I have several perennial plantings, not shade perennials, but several perennial plantings that I would have to dig up and relocate. Should be done in the fall, not in the hot of summer. So I risk either losing them all, or all of my plants end up on the outside of a fence. We've had the use of and enjoyed the full 18 feet for 33 years with big gardens and vegetables and flowers. We were surprised to find that because we're on a corner, what I call my backyard's my front yard. My front yard's my front yard. It's very confusing, and it's all different for living on a corner. Had no idea. Okay, so all of our fence posts will be erected, and the fence will be erected also by Peerless Fence. They use a locator to locate all of the property pins, and all of the posts will be on our side of the fencing. Because we have an alley behind our property, we understand that we have to erect the 10-foot wooden fence 10 feet back from the property pin going both directions. And that would cause, or the end result would be a clip or a triangle there, so that it's better viewing from the alley, people coming out of the alley. It's shown on the proposal. In closing, we're hoping to have a beautiful top-of-the-line, very expensive, 1-inch thick copper wood hand-nailed fence, professionally installed by Peerless Fence, who just purchased Northern Illinois Fence in Sycamore. Their main office is located in St. Charles. And the fence will certainly add to the value of our property, but we're hoping that it will also assist other neighbors in, increasing their property values. Our new fence will also complete our only neighbor, she's on the north side, our only neighbor's privacy fencing around her backyard and above-ground pool, where her 2 young daughters swim daily, and they won't be visible from Charter Street anymore. So, do you have any questions for us?
Do you have a staff report?
Yes. As noted very well by Teresa, the request is for a privacy fence about 14 feet off the edge of the home towards Charter. Corner lot, of course, so the UDO at a 6-foot high privacy would only allow it as close as the current home to the street, so it'd have to be back here across the lot line. So they'd like to go into that yard along Charter. 14 feet, that would leave 4 feet between the back of the, basically the back of the sidewalk into the site. We extend, as noted, to the east, at a little corner clip to avoid the site distance issues, and then around the perimeter of the site. Also enclose the camper, as Teresa mentioned. It's not a variance for the north side of the lot here, but the fence will actually extend it, enclose the camper. So in looking at this, we've had a, it's a only 50-foot wide lot. And I looked back last summer, we had a couple pretty similar to this on the north side of town. So I kind of use that as an example. I think they did request a 4-foot roughly off there. I kind of mentioned what we did in the past years. So at 960 North 12th, we did approve a 6-foot high fence off School Street, 4 feet off the right-of-way property line. That was only 44.5 feet wide.
Oh.
And then there was one at 928 North 14th Street, variance the commission approved, at 4 feet off the right-of-way. Width of that lot was 51 feet, very similar to this one. So kind of using that as a basis. So also looked at the adjoining lots, as we always do. Of course, we have an alley there. And over here, the garage is quite a ways off the lot line, so there's no effect on the visibility of a home over here. And then same across the street. So it's pretty narrow compared to all the other corner lots in the city. So we thought it was worthy of a hardship, and they're going 4 feet off the edge of the sidewalk, which is consistent with a couple other variances the commission did approve last year. We did receive 5 written correspondence. I think that's a record from adjoining neighbors. So
Really?
I'll read those, or just mention those for the record. Heather O'Connor, 1156 South 5th Street. Mary Katalak, Katalak, 430 Charter Street. Joseph and Ilya Lorenzo, 602 Charter. Susan Funk at 504 Charter, and Tyler and Courtney Woolbright at 529 Charter Street, all in favor of the variance request. So we recommend approval. There's a sample motion prepared that it does approve this exhibit that you're seeing on the screen.
Thank you. If there's no one else that would like to speak to this, I'll close the public hearing and open it up to comments and questions from the commission.
I don't think it's ever a bad idea to replace a chain link with a nice fence.
I don't either.
They last forever, the counter the alley.
What?
Um,
You don't want to change that fence,
Yeah, other than that, I have no questions.
Yeah.
Don't have any questions.
Hold up your paddles.
Okay, then I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by O'Flaherty,
Based on the submitted petition, testimony presented, and findings of fact, I move the Planning and Zoning Commission approve a variance to Articles 7.06.3 and 7.06.4.b and 7.06.6 of the Unified Development Ordinance to allow a 6-foot-high privacy fence to be constructed in a portion of the front yard along Charter Street for the property located at 1158 South Fifth Street, as shown on Exhibit A of the staff report dated July 17th, 2025.
So moved. May I have a second?
I second.
Maria.
second.
Seconded by Pena Graham. Could I have a roll call, please?
Becker,
Yes?
O'Flaherty,
Yes.
Pena Graham,
Yes.
Wright. Yes. Chair Maxwell,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. I don't think we've ever given this.
Thank you. Thank you.
You had me when you said you were getting a second
Now we
dog.
can put our deposit down on that fence. You what? What did he say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said you had me when you said you were getting a second dog. Okay, the second item on the agenda tonight is a public hearing by Lee Ortega for approval of a variance to the Unified Development Ordinance to allow a new 6-foot-high privacy fence to be constructed in a portion of the front yard along West Taylor Street for the property located at 857 South First Street. Do we have a presentation or a staff report?
Lee Ortega. Nice to meet you all.
Yes, sir.
My family and I have recently moved here as of January 2024. We purchased the home as our actual first home. Being new members of the community, we have long came to actually use the home the way a family should use it, and it's actually been very eye-opening to moving into a very I guess if you will say high traffic area. The house we came from Montgomery, and we were actually in a subdivision in a cul-de-sac. So it was quite the shock when we moved to this corner. I guess over the time we've lived there, we've also noticed that there's been numerous traffic accidents on that corner. There's been countless times where people just run these stop signs. There's no regard for safety when it comes to Friday and Saturday nights out there. It gets crazy. I am requesting the variance to have more privacy for my family, to have some kind of security, and to actually maybe add property value to my home as well. I plan on doing more updates to the house with time. I do not plan on leaving the area as I'm trying to cement my family here, if you will. But I mean, my presentation wasn't as nice as that lady's, but she got 30 years on me, you know. But yeah, the home, when we first purchased it, it was just overgrown with trees and just weeds everywhere. I have since removed all of the trees along the side of the home there. All of that was just weeded out. That's the work that was done recently. But I hope to build the fence from this chain link that was already established there, and just maybe get some more comfortability within my home. I guess I forgot to mention as well too that there is a very, very busy bus stop there that runs, I want to say, until like midnight sometimes, I think, on Fridays and Saturdays. And there'll be people there just loitering, and it kind of makes my family uncomfortable sitting there because, well, we sit in there, that's where our dining room is, it just completely faces that, and there'll be people there at midnight sometimes just staring into the yard. Over this past Saturday, actually, I had, well, he's a neighbor, but he introduced himself when this incident occurred. He actually was coming from the bus stop, and he just cut directly through my yard, and he came and knocked on my door and asked me to use a bicycle to ride the rest of the way home. So I just gave him one. I gave him a bicycle, and I just told him next time if he could just please walk to my front yard. But I mean, as you can see, this is like, it gets, I don't know how people can just be okay with just knocking on someone's back door, you know what I mean? But it would make a lot of sense for me to be able to have some kind of privacy from my family, and I would appreciate it if you guys could vote yes. But that's my presentation, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Ortega. Do we have a staff report?
Yes. So as Mr. Ortega mentioned, a variance request for another corner lot. This is a lot here. As you can see, the home is quite a distance off the right-of-way off Taylor Street, about 50 feet. Drawing shows the area where you could do a 6-foot-high privacy fence. So the home, quite a ways back, this is where in red that he could do the 6-foot-high privacy fence. And this is going to be a white vinyl, not wooden. The staff report said wooden, this would be a white vinyl fence. Could go per our UDO. So that's quite a bit of, pretty restricted. That's a hardship there. So it's a matter of how far into this yard makes it reasonable to extend that fence. So the blue shows where the proposed fence will go, out to 10 feet away from the edge of the sidewalk or the right-of-way is what he's proposing here. So taking a look at this, we noticed, or I noticed, quite a bit of difference. The distance from the house to the right-of-way, which dictates where you can put the fence, is quite a bit. He's maintaining 10 feet here, so the site distance triangle off the alley will be met. The chain link fence currently up, you can kind of see here in the dark. So he's going just right in front of it. And there was a 4-foot-high open wooden fence before. That has been removed. That's not there anymore. This street views from 2022. This is a few weeks back, just kind of showing from the alley, the edge of the chain link. So the fence will roughly be here and extend this way, not quite to that tree. So we discussed the setback, how far back. He requested 10 feet. I kind of noted past one last month where we had a fence proposed next to the sidewalk. We had some landscaping there on Monticello, of that owner agreeing to add some landscaping between the sidewalk and the fence. And since this is quite a ways into that setback area, asked Lee if he would agree to add some landscaping. He did, so that's part of the motion. One of the conditions is adding landscaping per the planning director's approval to kind of buffer that. Although it's white vinyl, that probably looks a little better than a wooden fence, I would say. So, but that's part of the motion. So we believe there's a hardship here, particularly the distance of the house from the right-of-way, which dictates where you can put the fence. And I did note in the report you can see the distance of the lot to the west. The home is, I think, about 20 feet from the right-of-way here and over here too. And that dictates where the fence, if they put one on their lot. So I think there's a hardship. It's kind of unique how far back his house is off the street there. So that was kind of important to look at that. So our recommendation is to approve. I think he meets all the findings of fact for a variance. We didn't get any written comments. I would note, I did receive a call from Rima Wright of 835 South First Street. That's a lot there. I think she was a little confused on where the location of the fence was going to be. She thought it was going to be more around the perimeter of the site, but I did indicate where it would be. And she did note a concern about make sure the visibility off the alley to Taylor was adequate. And I said it does meet the UDO requirements. It's 10 feet back, so it meets the UDO, and she was happy with the answer. So just wanted to mention that verbally. So there's sample motion prepared that approves the exhibit as you see up on the screen.
Good, thank you. If there's no one else that would like to speak to the matter, I'll close the public hearing and open up to comments and suggestions from the commission. I think it makes sense. I mean, that is a deep setback, so, and that would seem challenging, and I don't blame you in the least for the bus stop traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that size, the white vinyl.
Yeah,
nice.
being a new homeowner, I had no idea like with what guidelines were for like fences and any of that. And I honestly, I mean, I honestly didn't expect to purchase a home that didn't have a front driveway, you know what I mean? Because normally every house you see, they always have the drive-ups, but, I mean, being in an alley, I guess is something I just get used to, you know? I love the property, it has plenty of space for us. My family loves being outside all the time, and I just know it would help a lot.
Yeah.
You deserve some privacy. Okay, any other comments? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make it. Based on the submitted petition, testimony presented, and findings of fact, I move the Planning and Zoning Commission approve a variance to Article 7.06.3, 7.06.4.b, and 7.06.6 of the Unified Development Ordinance to allow a new 6-foot-high privacy fence to be constructed in a portion of the front yard along West Taylor Street for the property located at 857 South First Street, as shown on Exhibit A of the staff report dated July 17, 2025, subject to the addition of landscaping between the proposed fence and sidewalk along West Taylor Street per the approval of the planning director.
So moved by Becker, may I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Wright. May I have a roll call, please?
Becker,
Yes?
O'Flaherty,
Yes.
Pena Graham,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Chair Maxwell.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate you folks. Take care, thank you so much.
Welcome to the GALB.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks.
You're welcome.
thank you.
Anything going on next?
Next
time around?
next meeting, August 4th, we have one hearing, 802 South 4th Street. That's a former 7-Eleven at southeast corner of Taylor and South 4th. There's a rezoning request for a gas station and convenience store using former 7-Eleven. Actually, the tenant or the building to the south, which is attached, was a tax service office. So that's the one hearing we have. And at next council meeting, there'll be an appointment up for a new commission member, so.
Cool.
Outstanding.
I will be here.
I will not be here on the 4th. Well, I may be here on the 4th. I've got jury duty. I've been summoned.
I'll be on vacation, a real vacation this time.
Good.
Okay, so a new member is needed more than ever, I guess.
If I'm released or not,
The last
you know,
one
if I'm not
wasn't
there, I will be here, but
Okay, let us know. Okay.
I'll let you know.
There's a chance I might not be either. I can let you know within 24 hours, but
I'll be here.
We need 4.
Barry, Bill.
Trixie, I've never
Tracy.
disagreed with you. You can take the helm.
I could bring my dog so we have a quorum. I mean,
We get appointed? I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Bernie's kind of a jerk, but
He might be hard on somebody. Yeah.
They always are.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Well, if that's it, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved by Wright. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by O'Flaherty. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Adios.